What have you learned about this defense over the last month or so? What do you know about how these guys compete and what do you like what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate. We've got, I believe, 17 of 22 back in the 2 deep from last year, and really at linebacker, corner, and safety, we have everybody back. We added a lot of key pieces up front. I've been really pleased with their work ethic, the retention of our system, their work, their tackling, their effort, their toughness. I think the biggest thing we've got to find is, do we want to be a good defense or a great defense, right? And that starts with everybody associated with our side of the ball and the choices and decisions that we make. And we've had a really, really good camp. We've been very pleased with them, their work, all those things like that. If we truly want to be elite, we've got to make elite choices every day. We've got to do little things correctly. Everything matters to an extent, and we've got to form the correct habits, because you don't form your habits form you. And we've improved a lot of way. I look forward to seeing us take that next step. It's a year-round process, right? This is just one phase of our program, spring ball. We've got 3 more days to iron some things out. Look forward to building some momentum going into the offseason.
Coach, could you speak a little bit about you're bigger and more physical inside, you're deeper, especially in the box. Can you talk about how that may affect how you would call a game going forward? I know last year you really had to scheme it up on guys sometimes, maybe a little more base and just be a physical guy to unit.
Yeah, we have a lot of variables. We're an attacking, aggressive style, but the one thing, when you do have a lot of depth and you have size and length, you are to play a little more stagnant, and that is good. The 2 most important players on our defense are the guy that plays the field defensive end and our star position, right? By doing that, we're able to play every style of defense that we need that's necessary to stop people, right? Whereas last year we didn't have a lot of size at that field F position, what we call the F, and we had to play predominantly 4 down. We had to do some stuff there. The ability to have that guy and drop him, rush him, play a 4-eye, play an 8 technique and 4 down is huge for us, because we're able to line up in every defense possible. That's what offenses do now, right? They keep the same 11 people on the field. They line up in every formation. They run every play, right? So I've got to be able to even the play in the field and have all the tools in my toolbox, and we have the personnel to do that. They've done a great job. Coach Lacey's done a good job coaching them, and look forward to their continued development.
Coach, your inside backers are such a huge part of your blitz package. Can you talk about that group and how those guys are as blitzers and how you use them?
Yeah, that's the next part of what we do, right? We simulate pressure a lot, right? We rush linebackers and drop people. If you're going to drop somebody, you need to rush a good rusher too. So we've spent a lot of time going back to last year, working pass rush, working run pressures, things of that nature. They've done a really good job. They've owned in developing the habits to be a good blitzer. We're not just blitzing, right? We have to be able to be effective to do it. If you're not effective, you're just wasting a person, right? And they've grown, they've gotten better at it. And the thing about it is, you really only get better at it when you go against people, right? You can do something in a walkthrough, do something in a drill, right? Until you get live and in color and grow from it. Each opportunity you do that, it's the only way to get better. Hayes Maples has done a really, really good job of that. He's got a good feel for it. Swayze does a good job. They all have certain styles of blitzing they're doing a good job of, but that group has been steady. You know what I mean? There's 5 guys in that room that I feel comfortable throwing out there. We do a lot of mix and matching. We try to keep the competition going. I've been really pleased with their work.
You guys obviously bring in a lot of new faces, but you got a lot of returners. I wonder how important those returners have been as far as setting the standard for what these news guys should expect, or what you expect from them.
Certainly, you know what I mean? I think the good thing about the guys we have coming in or have had come in, they're a part of our blueprint, right? Every single one of them, or except for one, are Mississippi kids, right? They grew up together. They played against each other in high school, right? So there's that immediate cultural connection that they have. And a lot of we had a handful of guys that we had come in from other institutions last year and conformed to our culture, you know what I'm saying? And those returners, they know what to expect from me, what to expect from their coaches, and they're able to guide those guys through the ups and downs. I think the biggest thing is we've got a group that loves each other. We work hard, we have fun. The game of football is supposed to be fun, and they're all doing a really good job.
Coach, could you hit on a guy or two this spring you feel like maybe a newer guy that's kind of really grown through spring, you think taking that next step?
Yeah, I don't want to single anybody out, I'm not going to lie, but I think the entire D-line is learning how to play inside the framework of the system. We put a lot on those guys. They have a lot of techniques they have, a lot of scheme they have to do, and that's a technical position, right? So someone's telling them what to do, and they have to do a movement, play a block, do something, right? But it has to be off someone moving, right? So that takes time, energy, and effort to get those things done. So I've been pleased with that, you know what I mean? And I think Coach Lacey has done a good job with that standpoint. Inside backer, I think they've gotten better. We've gotten better at blitzing like we were just talking about. We've gotten better in pass coverage. I've been really pleased with that. I think in the secondary we've got better at tackling and playing man-to-man. I think Coach Williams and Coach O'Brien have done a phenomenal job with that. So I think the whole group has done a really good job. I think the biggest thing, right, is if we want to be who we say we're going to be, we've got to continue to work and stay with it and increase our intensity and increase our attention to the details, because the details are going to be the difference. And if we can do that, I think we can do something significant at our level with this defense. And we've all got to do a little better. But we've had a good spring. I've been happy with it.
I wanted to ask you about D. Baker, because he's kind of making a move to the defensive side. How's that transition been for him?
Yeah, D's done a good job. You know what I mean? That's a technical position too, right? So he's got to learn a lot of technique. Someone's telling him what to do. He's getting there, getting better. He missed a little bit of time with a soft tissue injury, but D can run and help us on special teams. He's done a good job. He's a good person. We're glad to have him in our room.